A very good morning. I'm Smriti Rastogi with Breakfast News. In the next 30 minutes, we will get you all the latest news from national, international, business and sports front. But before that, a quick look at the top headlines of this morning. Voting for Gujarat Rajya Sabha seats underway. BJP and Congress confident of victory. NCP adds anxious moments at the last minute to the elections. Five terrorists killed as foils infiltration bid in Mudchil in Jammu and Kashmir's Kupwara. Encounter underway in Pulwama. Jamaat-ud-Dawa chief and Mumbai terror attack mastermind Hafiz Saeed looks to formally enter Pakistan politics. Launched new party Milli-Islam League. North Korea threatens to make America pay the price after latest UN sanctions. Washington says it will open dialogue with Pyongyang when conditions are right. And South African President Jacob Zuma faces no confidence vote through secret ballot. Opposition move over corruption and mismanagement of the economy. The crucial elections to the 3 Rajya Sabha seats in Gujarat is taking place as we speak. The Congress and BJP have expressed confidence that they will win. The BJP has fielded 3 candidates for the 3 seats. For the Congress, Ahmed Patel is the lone candidate. The role of smaller parties in the state becomes crucial now.
It is after a gap of about 2 decades that a contest is happening for the Rajya Sabha polls in the state. The BJP has fielded 3 candidates. Apart from Party President Amit Shah and Union Minister Smriti Irani, the party has fielded the former Chief Whip of the Congress, Balwant Singh Rajput, as its 3rd candidate. Congress has fielded party's senior leader Ahmed Patel as its lone candidate.
When I am confident, my party is confident, we are going to win. Sure, the result will come, yeah, Baba. Result will come. Just wait for the result to come, okay?
Patel, who's seeking a 5th term, is contesting at a time when the Congress is rocked by defections. First, Shankar Singh Waghela quit the party, then 6 MLAs quit, with 3 of them joining the BJP. The party bundled 44 of its MLAs and sent them to Bengaluru. The MLAs were brought back to the state on Monday and kept at a private resort near Anand. While the party has expressed confidence that it will sail through, it is officially short of one candidate to get the magic figure of 45 to win. The NCP, with 2 MLAs, has added anxious moments to the elections at the last moment. While one of its MLAs in Gujarat says the party leadership has asked it to vote for the BJP, daughter of party founder Sharad Pawar has said the MLAs will back the Congress.
Yeah, of course, Pawar Sahab has already made, a statement extremely clear, loud and specific that we are going to support Ahmed Bhai, and because we have been with UPA for 10 long years.
पार्टी हाईकमान से अभी 10 मिनट मुझे पहले फोन आया और हाईकमान ने जो निर्णय लिया है उसमें पक्ष के अनुसार जो हमें जो आदेश मिले हैं उसमें साफ कहा गया है कि बीजेपी के उम्मीदवार बलवंत सिंह राजपूत को वोट देने के लिए बोला गया है, तो हम लोग कल उसको वोट देने वाले भी.
We have a very cordial relationship with the NCP and the leaders of the NCP. So there is no, the official announcement from the NCP.
For the BJP, with 121 MLAs, it appears smooth sailing for Amit Shah and Smriti Irani. It is left with 31 surplus votes for its 3rd candidate, Rajput, who is looking for backing from the Congress rebel MLAs and other small parties to win.
खबरें आ रही है एनसीपी का हो या अन्य दलों का हो, यदि विधायक भारतीय जनता पार्टी उम्मीदवार को समर्थन करते हैं, हम इसके स्वागत करेंगे. और कांग्रेस की जब खुद के अपने एमएलएस कांग्रेस को वोट नहीं कर रहे हैं, कई एमएलएस ने कांग्रेस पार्टी से इस्तीफा दे दिया है, कांग्रेस पार्टी को छोड़ दिया है, ऐसे समय दूसरे पार्टियों के विधायक कांग्रेस को समर्थन करेंगे, ये इस प्रकार का एक्सपेक्टेशन करना ही मैं मानता हूं कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए एक बहुत हंस की बात थी.
मैंने जो मेरी पुरानी पार्टी कांग्रेस पार्टी को बहुत समझाया था कि आप ऐसा करिए, और फिर 21 जुलाई को हमने पार्टी को अपनी ओर से मुक्त किया था. आज पार्टी ने भी कहा कि आप हमारी ओर से मुक्त है.
The Rajya Sabha elections to the state has now become a prestige battle between the BJP and the Congress. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, 6 Tripura MLAs who were sacked by the Trinamool Congress and voted for the NDA nominee Ram Nath Kovind in the presidential elections formally joined the BJP on Monday. The 6 legislators, led by former leader of the opposition Congress in the Tripura Assembly, Sudeep Roy Burman, were welcomed into the Saffron Party by the Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan and the party's North-East Democratic Alliance convener Himanta Biswa Sharma, among others. Besides Roy Burman, the other MLAs are Ashish Kumar Saha, Diba Chandra, Biswa Bandhu Sen, Pranjit Singh Roy and Dilip Sarkar. The MLAs had met BJP President Amit Shah in Delhi on August 5th. On July 3rd, TMC Secretary General Partha Chatterjee had said that the party would have no relations with the 6 MLAs. The 6 legislators had quit the Congress and joined the TMC in protest against the Congress electoral tie-up with the left ahead of the 2016 West Bengal Assembly elections.
Mamata Banerjee had fought the election, or she has created the reputation of anti-left, and she has all along apparently fought against left. But now that struggle, what she has apparently did, it appears that it was all for power. Anti-left was only a slogan for her. Now, to continue as a CM, she needs support of CPM today. She will go for that. And she has no political ethics. So, the combination of left, CPM and Trinamool will be defeated by the BJP. Not only in Tripura, they will be defeated in Bengal, they will be defeated in Kerala.
And on to the latest from Jammu and Kashmir. At least 5 terrorists have been killed during an encounter in Jammu and Kashmir's Kupwara district. The gunfight erupted after army foiled a major infiltration attempt by the group of infiltrators along the LOC in Machal sector. 5 weapons have also been recovered from the site. The operation is still going on in the area. Meanwhile, an encounter has broke out between the security forces and terrorists in Drubgam area of Jammu and Kashmir's Pulwama district. According to the latest information, 1 or 2 terrorists are believed to be trapped at the spot and the gun battle is underway. An army jawan was injured in a ceasefire violation by the Pakistani troops along the line of control in the Uri sector of Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistani troops resorted to unprovoked firing towards the Indian post in Uri sector, resulting in injuries to the jawan. In another incident, the army jawan got injured in firing along the line of control in Baramulla's Silikut late Monday night. The Pakistan Army initiated unprovoked firing on Indian Army post, to which the Indian Army retaliated strongly and effectively. Home Minister Rajnath Singh has ordered that the ongoing border area development projects should be completed on the priority in a time-bound manner. The directive was issued at a high-level meeting chaired by Singh, convened to review the border area development projects. The minister expressed concerns over the difficulties being experienced by the residents of the border areas. He said necessary assistance should be extended to them in the field of education, health and other basic necessities. The status of border roads, floodlights, border outposts and integrated checkpost along the international border was reviewed in the meeting. Those who attended the meeting included Minister of State for Home Kiran Rijiju, Home Secretary Rajiv Maharishi, Home Secretary Designate Rajiv Gauba, heads of border guarding forces and senior officers from different organizations. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court has constituted a 3-judge bench headed by Justice Deepak Mishra to hear from August 11th a batch of petitions challenging the Allahabad High Court verdict in the Ayodhya land dispute case. The bench would adjudicate the dispute over the ownership of the Ram Temple Babri Masjid land. The Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court had in 2010 ruled a 3-way division of the disputed 2.77 acres of area at the Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid site in Ayodhya. Judge bench of the High Court had said that the land be partitioned equally among the 3 parties. the Sunni Waqf Board, the Nirmohi Akhada and Ramlala. On July 21st, a bench headed by Chief Justice J.S. Khehar had said that it would soon take a decision to list the matter for early hearing. The court's remark had come on a plea of the BJP leader Subramanian Swamy, who sought urgent listing and hearing of the matter. A parliamentary panel will today hear the views of the various stakeholders on the disinvestment of the national carrier Air India and Pawan Hans Limited. A group of ministers headed by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley is looking into the various aspects of the proposed disinvestment of Air India. The government has already decided to sell its entire 51% stake in Pawan Hans Limited, in which the rest of the 49% holding is with ONGC. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Transport, Tourism and Culture will hear the views of the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, Air India and Pawan Hans on the disinvestment of Air India and Pawan Hans. Meanwhile, social activist Medha Patkar and 11 others were forcefully removed from their protest site in Madhya Pradesh on Monday and were hospitalized by the police as their indefinite fast over rehabilitation of the Sardar Sarovar project entered the 12th day. Patkar, who is the leader of the Narmada Bachao Andolan, and her associates had been on a hunger strike at Chikhalda village of Madhya Pradesh's Dhar district since July 27th. Patkar had refused to call off the hunger strike even as Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Union Minister Uma Bharti requested her to end the protest. Patkar blamed Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Shivraj Singh Chauhan for their action. However, the state government said moving them to the hospital was required to ensure their well-being and long life, and that the decision was taken in the best interest of the protesters. Thousands of families along the Narmada River in MP are at the risk of getting displaced with the closing of gates of Sardar Sarovar Dam in neighbouring Gujarat and the resultant rise in the water level in the catchment area. Chief Minister Chauhan said that his government is committed to relief and rehabilitation as per the directions of the Supreme Court. And with that, we'll enter into a very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Situated at a height of 3,048 meters, the town of Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh is claimed by both India and China. It was historically a part of Tibet, inhabited by the Monpas. The Tawang monastery in the town is the largest Buddhist monastery in India. It was inspired by the 5th Dalai Lama, Ngawang Lobsang Gyatso, and was built in 1681 by Merit Lama Lotre Gyatso. Tawang Monastery stands on top of the mountain, 10,000 feet above sea level, also known as the Golden Namgyal Latse. The centerpiece of the 3-storied monastery is a massive, richly adorned statue of Lord Buddha, whose benign presence blesses one and all.
Welcome back. India's sex ratio at birth has declined even as per capita income has increased nearly 10 times over the last 65 years. The consumption of spurious medicines by couples in the quest for a male child is on the rise. The use of such medicine is leading to defective genitals in children. Kriti Mishra brings us more details.
Couples desiring a male child are often caught in a trap, buying spurious drug preparations that cause stillbirths and congenital defects among children. These drugs are usually sold by underground networks and even online shops that promote such illegal sex selection drugs.
Some medicine was there in which it was written कि शर्तिया आपको लड़का ही पैदा होगा. Nobody can guarantee this thing, but it is coming in the paper. And second thing comes, how a people can give those medicines in the market without the approval of the Drug Controller of India.
A report points out that 0.5% mothers use these preparations to conceive a male child. If the first child is a girl, the proportion of mothers who use these sex selection drugs increases to 10%. For couples with 2 daughters, it increases to a whopping 40%. Pregnant women who use these drugs run a 3-fold risk of giving birth to a child with congenital defects compared to women who do not consume them. And of the 100 babies born with genital deformity, only 3 are due to natural disorders, while the rest are due to the use of medicines to ensure the birth of a male child. The Rajya Sabha also expressed concern over this issue. BJP MP Vinay P. Sahasrabudhe asserted that children born with ambiguous genitals after the consumption of these drugs are often abandoned or given to the transgender community.
First and foremost required is a very massive campaign of public awakening. Because what happens is that in the quest of male child, people are in a way induced to consume certain drugs, which are medically not established, clinically not proven, and even then they consume those drugs, and those drugs create a havoc and with the child who is still in the womb. And thereafter what happens is that it distorts the natural process of formulating his gender. And therefore you get kids with suspicious or ambiguous gender.
Sex selection and female feticide has given India one of the world's most skewed sex ratios. The World Bank says that by 2031, India will have 936 females per 1,000 males, which is lower than 1951 sex ratio of 946 females per 1,000 males. The government has implemented regulations to prevent female feticide, but stronger implementation is needed to curb the use of sex selection drugs. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Jamaat-ud-Dawa chief Hafiz Saeed looks to formally enter Pakistan politics by launching his new party, Milli-Muslim League. The mastermind of 2010 Mumbai terror attack has appointed JUD's senior leader Saifullah Khalid as the president of newly formed party. The new party aims to make Pakistan a real Islamic state. In the past, Saeed has often denounced democracy and the electoral process, saying it is not compatible with Islam. The MML said it would raise the Kashmir issue with full force at both provincial and federal levels. The party has also demanded immediate release of Saeed, who is on house arrest since January 31st. The United States has offered $10 million for information leading to the arrest and conviction of Saeed. At least one person has been reported dead and more than 30 injured in a blast in Pakistan's Lahore city. The incident took place at Sagyan Bridge near Lahore's Band Road, where a fruit-laden truck was parked. The injured, including women and children, were rushed to the nearby hospitals for treatment. According to the report, the truck had explosives concealed in the fruit crates stacked inside. Several vehicles in the area have also been damaged due to the intensity of the explosion.
तकरीबन 5 फुट गहरा खड्डा है। प्राइवेट ये पार्किंग स्टैंड है जहाँ पर ट्रक्स खड़े होते हैं। उनमें से जो अंदर जाहिर हो रहा है एक ट्रक के अंदर एक्सप्लोसिव था जो एक्सप्लोड हुआ है।
On to some more international developments, North Korea has denounced the latest United Nations sanctions imposed on it, saying they infringed on the country's sovereignty. It vowed retaliation against Washington. In its first major response on Monday, North Korea insisted that it would continue to develop its controversial nuclear weapons program. It also threatened to make US pay the price for its crime thousands of times, referring to America's role in drafting the UN sanctions resolution. This came after the United Nations Security Council unanimously adopted new sanctions on Saturday in response to Pyongyang's long-range ballistic missile test on July 4th and July 28th. The measures aim to make it harder for the North Korea to make money across the globe, targeting North Korea's primary exports. Meanwhile, US Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said that US would be open to dialogue with Pyongyang when the conditions are right.
You know, we've not had an extended period of time where they have not taken some type of provocative action by launching ballistic missiles. So I think that would be the first and strongest signal they could send to us, is just stop these missile launches. Obviously, we have other means of communication open to them to certainly hear from them if they have a desire to want to talk.
조선의 핵 보유가 미국이 떠드는 것처럼 세계적인 위협으로 되는가, 아니면 미국에 한한 위협으로 되는가, 이에 대한 입장을 명백히 밝혔습니다. 그리고 조선 반도의 핵 문제, 우리 군원.
The South African Parliament on Monday passed a motion allowing a no-confidence vote on President Jacob Zuma through a secret ballot. The vote, which is scheduled today, was brought by the opposition parties and is likely to encourage some ruling party members to vote against the president, who is facing accusation of corruption and mismanaging the economy. If the motion succeeds, Zuma and his entire cabinet would have to step down. 75-year-old Zuma, who came to power in 2009, has been implicated in multiple corruption scandals, while the country's economy has fallen into recession and unemployment has risen to record levels. Zuma has survived 8 previous no-confidence motions against him, as the ANC has a commanding majority in the parliament. However, it is for the first time that voting will be kept secret.
The Constitutional Court ruled that a vote of no confidence in the President of the Republic of South Africa is constitutionally permissible, whether through an open vote or secret ballot, and that I, as the Speaker of the National Assembly, have the constitutional power to decide the voting procedure for such vote of no confidence.
News from Venezuela: a hacking group has attacked government websites targeting what it called was the dictatorship of President Nicolas Maduro. The group posted messages appearing to support the actions of a group of armed men who attacked a military base in the city of Valencia on Sunday. It said that the dictatorship has its days numbered. The developments come a day after the government said it had repelled the attack in Valencia, which was carried out by a group of armed civilians led by a military detester. The search was underway for 10 men who escaped with weapons after the attack. Meanwhile, supporters of President Maduro marched in the capital, Caracas. They called for an end to the months of opposition protest and unrest. Opposition lawmakers, however, warned of a witch hunt by the pro-government Constituent Assembly to silence critics of the President Maduro.
Van a empezar a citar diputados, los van a imputar, los van a acusar y o piden perdón y admiten los delitos imaginarios para ser exculpados y exonerados, o simplemente niegan los cargos y con pruebas ficticias les quitan la inmunidad y eventualmente los ponen presos. Eso es lo que viene.
And a look at what else is making news across the world and World Wrap. Pakistan on Monday said that it was not bound by the recently concluded treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapons, as it failed to take into account the interests of all stakeholders. It said that the treaty, which was adopted by the vote on July 7th, did not fulfill essential conditions, both in terms of process and substance. Over 120 countries in the United Nations voted to adopt the first ever global treaty to ban nuclear weapons. Australia, Japan and the United States on Monday urged the Southeast Asia and China to ensure that a South China Sea Code of Conduct they have committed to draw up will be legally binding. They said that ASEAN and China should establish a set of rules that were legally binding, meaningful, effective and consistent with the international law. The developments come after foreign ministers of ASEAN and China on Sunday adopted a negotiating framework for a code of conduct. Critics say that it is a tactic to buy China time to consolidate its maritime power. Over 180 sub-Saharan migrants crossed into Spain from Morocco after running through a border gate into the enclave of Ceuta, surprising Moroccan and Spanish security forces. The Red Cross said it had assisted 186 people Following the Monday morning rush across the border, once inside Spain's enclaves, migrants are usually taken to temporary shelters and later moved to the Spanish mainland or returned to their country of origin. And now news from sports. The Kerala High Court on Monday lifted the lifetime ban imposed on cricketer S. Sreesanth by the country's cricket governing body BCCI over the alleged match fixing. Last year, a special court in Delhi had acquitted him in the 2013 Indian Premier League spot fixing case, but BCCI had continued with the ban despite the court's order. The High Court said that in its eagerness to uphold the dignity of the game, BCCI failed to appreciate the evidence as a whole and instead relied on the piecemeal approach that suited it. Sreesanth had approached the Kerala High Court saying that though the court had given him a clean sheet, the cricket body continued to harass him. He also pleaded that his sports career was getting ruined because of the ban. A partial lunar eclipse which began at 10:55 p.m. last night lasted for about 2 hours. It was the first visible lunar eclipse this year witnessed across the world. Partial lunar eclipse is when the Earth moves in between the Moon and the Sun, but three do not line up exactly. Only part of the Moon comes under the Earth's shadow and looks darker. The partial lunar eclipse was visible from the whole of Asia and Australia and most parts of Europe and Africa. Stunning visuals and pictures showcasing the partial eclipse in full display were captured from various locations across the world, including in the south of the Athens, the sky over Frankfurt in Germany, Turkey, France and Africa. Lunar and solar eclipses happen in pairs, with the lunar eclipse happening within 2 weeks of a solar eclipse, and therefore the August 7th lunar eclipse is associated with the upcoming major August 21st solar eclipse. And that's all we have for you in this edition of Breakfast News. Keep watching Rajya Sabha television.